Albert Einstein. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Everyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. The faster you go, the shorter you are. Learn from yesterday. Live for today. Hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. The only real valuable thing is intuition. If one can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Anyone who doesn't take truth seriously in small matters cannot be trusted in large ones either. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives, and not in what he is able to receive. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success, combined with constant restlessness. Although I am a typical loner in daily life, my consciousness of belonging to the invisible community of those who strive for truth, beauty, and justice has preserved me from feeling isolated. A happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. I speak to everyone the same way, whether he is a garbage man or the president of the university. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. You never fail until you stop trying. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. A question that sometimes drives me crazy. Am I or are the others crazy? I believe in standardizing automobiles. I do not believe in standardizing human beings. I am by heritage a Jew, by citizenship a Swiss, and by makeup a human being, and only a human being, without any special attachment to any state or national entity whatsoever. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. I believe in intuitions and inspirations. I sometimes feel that I am right. I do not know that I am. My passion for social justice has often brought me into conflict with people, as has my aversion to any obligation and dependence I did not regard as absolutely necessary. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. The greatest scientists are artists as well. Science can flourish only in an atmosphere of free speech. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. It occurred to me by intuition, and music was the driving force behind that intuition. My discovery was the result of musical perception. If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music. I live by daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music. I cannot tell if I would have done any creative work of importance in music, but I do know that I get most joy in life out of my violin. One thing I have learned in a long life, that all our science, measured against reality, is primitive and childlike, and yet it is the most precious thing we have. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Never memorize something you can look up. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? A human being is part of the whole, called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical illusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for persons nearest to us. Our tasks must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own research for existence. One cannot help but to be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, and the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries to merely comprehend a little of this mystery each day. Once you can accept the universe as matter expanding into nothing as something, wearing stripes with plaid comes easy. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. It's not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. Creativity is intelligence having fun. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it.